You're listening to The Ranch Sit-Down with your host, Shayne Hollinger.
Well, we are joined today by Texas singer-songwriter, the great Mike Ryan, the pride of the University of North Texas. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing just fine. How are you, Shayne?
Good to see you again, man.
Good to see you,
I
bro.
think it was Larry Joe's last time I saw you.
You bet.
My only question is, you have a shirt on. Is everything okay?
Everything's good. Everything's good. I'm feeling well. Just wanted to be appropriate for the inside weather.
The video stuff?
Yeah.
Good, because the ladies are going to, freak out, and this will blow up the internet if we saw that.
Well, I mean, it can be arranged if you need me to take it off. I mean, I'm not ashamed.
So, man, you got this new single out, Loser.
Yep.
Which is just an unbelievably cool song. And I understand you heard that song first from a demo.
Sure. Yeah. So it was Hillary Lindsay that sent it over to us, and her version of it was it was just so cool. It was like a real kind of a stripped acoustic version, and there was so much life in the song, and we just Bart Butler, my producer, was one of the guys also that was kind of fired up about this one, and as soon as I heard it, I mean, it was just peaking. I mean, everything was like this is awesome. This song is a hit for sure, and we really did some cool stuff in the studio to kind of capture the energy of it. And I mean, I thought it was super cool just the way that they did it originally, but when we got in the studio, we did some really interesting things with the arrangement, and I think it turned out great.
So how much did you change from what you heard to what we hear?
So lyrically, I mean, everything's the same, and the song for me kind of moves the same. There's just a little bit more kind of a full band dynamic where it gets really loud and then gets really quiet and then comes, kind of goes back and forth, and just the arrangement part I feel like is what really, I mean, I loved it originally, but since we recorded it with that new arrangement, it's like it hits for sure.
I could see your passion about this song right now, man.
It's great.
You can hear that in your voice, how much you love this song.
No, it's awesome. Man.
It is just a lyrical roller coaster. You see the title and you go, Loser? What? The way that was done, that turn of phrase is fantastic.
You bet.
You're hooked. First time you figure out what it is, it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, man.
But that is a song about, never taking love for granted. And that's what a lot of us do while we're in love. Now, you found love.
You bet.
Finally. You look so happy, man. Look at you. You're just smiling and happy. That's good to see.
It's a good time for old Mike these days. It's been good for a long time, man.
Yeah.
But finally got locked down, and I'm happy about it. It's cool.
I'm glad for you, man.
Yes, sir.
But you could just see you're glowing. You really
Well, don't say it like that. We got 2 kids, and that's all we need for the time being.
Are we going for 3 here? What's happening?
I think 2 is as many as we can handle for right now.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Wait till they're teenagers.
Oh man,
2 is too many when they're teenagers.
I say I can't wait, but I'm soaking up every moment, even the tough ones. I mean, they're beautiful kids. They're smart as they can be, and they test every fiber of our being every day. But it's a good thing. I was the same way. Sarah, I don't know how she got stuck with me with that, because she was just as sweet as she could be growing up from all accounts. But she helped me with create these 2 kids that keep us on our toes for sure. Hands and hearts full always.
Yeah. Well, it's blink, you'll miss it.
For real.
You are absolutely taking advantage of that.
You bet.
So many parents just kind of oh, God, let's just get through this day. And then the next day, let's just get through this day. But you can see you're not doing that, and that's a good thing, man.
You bet.
Your kids are going to love that about you.
Yes, sir.
So this song is being pitched across the nation.
Yes, sir.
You're going big time on us.
It is,
Are you
going
to forget about us when you're huge?
No
is that
way.
the deal?
Absolutely not. Home base is still Granbury, Texas, and
Yep.
it will be. I tune into the ranch every day, and I'm happy to come visit with you guys. You bet, man.
How are things out in Granbury?
They're great. The lake is up. We can
good.
get out on the boat, and I mean, it's like everywhere else in this part of the country. It's hotter than hell, but luckily we've got some water close by, and the kids spend every waking moment in the pool if they can.
I bet, yeah.
So it's summertime's a lot of fun for sure.
Man, my pool pump went out 2 days ago, and I'm waiting on the guy to come out tomorrow. It has been the longest 3 days of my life.
Oh man,
Like you can just see it sitting there. It's like, God Almighty!
It looks so nice.
It's just kind of turning into a tank, really, right now. That's what's happening. Full of grasshoppers.
Oh man.
So you took about 5 years in between Blink You'll Miss It and Long Cut.
Mm-hmm.
Why was there a gap like that?
Well, really, I mean, we had the COVID times, which took up about 2 years. There was that album was we were trying to get it out around that time.
Oh, really?
We ended up just having, well, there was trouble with studios and scheduling and getting people together and to finish things up, and so we ended up just putting out a couple of singles that were ready to go.
Yeah.
And then went back to the drawing board, wrote a few more, recorded a few more, and just put it out when it was ready. And you know, I can't say that it was on purpose, but during that time, I mean, that was also right when I first started having kids. Like my oldest was born in 2018, so and then the next one 2 years after, not quite 2 years after, and so there was just, you know, a lot of dad time that
other priorities
I was taking care of, and that's just kind of what I prioritized at that time. I mean, COVID sucked for everybody, but I see it as a blessing because that was 2 years during like a really crucial part of my kids' childhood that I feel like I got to spend, you know, way more time with them than I would have otherwise. So I'm very grateful for that.
How hard was it during COVID to have all these songs kind of ready to go and then just kind of having to hold off? That's got to be tough.
Yeah, it was definitely a struggle. You know, we're used to playing 100+ shows a year, and that year we played maybe 30. And so there was certainly a lot of downtime. But again, I tried to find the good in everything, and that was my my silver lining to it, was that I just got to spend so much time with my family that I wouldn't have otherwise. So definitely tough. I hope we don't have to go through something like that again. But you know, it was good to take it when I could. I mean, it was just a good time for that to happen.
A lot of people don't know about you. You grew up in a music family. A lot of folks in this scene, like, they were just the first ones to do it. You had music instilled in your family, like relatives that were musicians, live musicians.
Yeah. So my grandfather was the Texas National Guard band director for 30+ years, and
awesome.
My dad, he did musical theater. I remember like some of my favorite childhood memories from just sitting in the audience watching Dad up on stage, and he was, I mean, most of the stuff that he did, he had a lead role in, and so it was just like all night watching him and just seeing him entertain and kind of just. I won't say he turned into a different person, but I was like, that it's my dad, but he's acting like someone else, and everybody loves it, and he's singing, and like it's just really cool. And so I grew up spending a lot of time in theaters, going to concerts and symphonies, and there were definitely times when music it seemed like a chore because I didn't just get to do it when I wanted. It was like, no, every day you have to practice, and you pick an instrument and you practice it. And so I learned how to play piano from, you know, pretty early age, and then I played saxophone in middle school, but then in high school I got into choir, and then started playing guitar when I was a senior, and that was really that was the first instrument that I found by myself and really like latched onto. I kind of became obsessed with it, to be honest. Really? My senior year of high school, after a football season was over, all of a sudden I had all kinds of time on my hands, and I would get home from school and play guitar until I went to bed. And I did that for years and started writing. And that was when I didn't realize at the time that it was a career aspiration. It was just something that a curiosity that I was trying to satisfy. But the more I did it, the better I got. And then people started to notice, and started playing shows, and then I put a band together, and it was just like everything kind of built off of that. And, you know, I had a lot of stuff go my way. A lot of stuff didn't, you know, but that's great too.
That's
you know,
the music business, yeah.
I'm proud to be here.
So how long did it take before you started figuring out actual chords and notes and like?
Man, a couple weeks probably. You know,
I hate you so much.
I didn't have I didn't have any formal lessons. Like my dad and my brother had both played guitar for years, and of course they offered to let me play with them, but I just wasn't ready at that point. But my brother was a year ahead of me in school, so he moved off to go to work down in South Texas, and I was at the house by myself, and so I just had time to kill, and so decided I was going to pick up a guitar. And I mean, I really like dove in, and I would just, I say lock myself in my room. I didn't have a lock on my door, but I would just get in there and play along with the radio and learn different strumming patterns and chord progressions, and everything new that I learned just inspired me even more.
So what were you listening to back then when you started? Was it
Oh, man.
you wanted to be a rock and roll guitarist?
No, I mean, well, yeah, I was listening to Cross Canadian Ragweed,
Yeah.
Cody Canada, and Pat Green, Randy, Stoney, Wade. Those were really like most of what I had on my in my CD player in college. And then Stevie Ray Vaughan, I was like, I went down so many rabbit holes trying to find every single live recording that I could of Stevie Ray Vaughan, and never even get close to playing like he does. But it's just, it was so cool to listen. And I was really into the blues for a while. Found out that it's hard to make money playing the blues these days. So I started writing country songs. But it was just, that was kind of what inspired me early on anyway.
Mike Ryan, you want to do a song for us?
You bet. Yeah.
Tell us what we're going to hear.
Well, I can play Loser for you.
Let's hear it, yeah.
You could lose your shirt off your back on blackjack table, smoky room on a Saturday night, walk out tail between your legs, couldn't get it back if you tried. You can lose that home game with the score tied, so damn close, second yard line, drop the ball, never felt so small, I swallowed more pride. But you don't know nothing until you felt the sting. Oh, a woman's love packed up, flying out your driveway, sitting there watching you leave. You don't know heartbreak until it breaks for real, yeah. And it's your goodbye, long gone, thought you did it all. No, you don't really know how it feels to be a loser until you lose her. Till she ain't lying there calling you baby, head on your shoulder in the morning light, black dress on the hardwood floor next to spilled red wine. It's you're out there drinking, trying to forget, and I see her out with somebody else, and she's wearing that smile that you couldn't give her. Man, that's what I call hell. You don't know nothing until you felt the sting. Oh, a woman's love packed up, flying out your driveway, sitting there watching you leave. You don't know heartbreak until it breaks for real, yeah. Oh, it's your goodbye, long gone, thought you did it all. No, you don't really know how it feels to be a loser until you lose her. Until you're losing your mind, losing your head, can't even get out of your bed, till you're staring at the ceiling, world going black. You know you can't win her back. But you don't know nothing until you felt the sting. Oh, a woman's love packed up, flying out your driveway, sitting there watching you leave. You don't know heartbreak until it breaks for real. Oh, she's goodbye, long gone, thought you did it all. No, don't really know how it feels to be a loser until you lose her. Until you lose her.
Very nice. Nice. Mike Ryan in studio with us, man. Thank you so much. That's such a fun song.
Thanks, man.
It's a sad song, but it's a fun song. That's the thing. I don't know what it is about it. And a lot of times that's what's cool about a song.
Yeah.
You know, you'll just have this like nice, happy little melody, and you listen to the lyrics and go, "Oh, dear God."
Yeah. You know, those songs the sad ones that really create energy and like are inspiring. They make you feel good, but I don't know. It's just there's good to be taken from sad situations, and these kind of songs, like, I don't know, they just move me.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to know that they move you too.
Yes, I've been moved. Thank you. So you were talking about learning to play piano. Do you use that ever in your songwriting process? I know a lot of guys will write songs actually to piano.
You know, so I said that I learned how to play. At one point, I knew how to play. I could read music.
Chopsticks, is that where you're at now?
No. So as long as it's in the key of C,
yeah,
and I don't have to play any of the black keys,
okay.
I know what I'm doing. I can sound like I know what I'm doing anyway.
So you kind of overhyped this a little bit.
Well, no. But to tell you that, I have used it. We've written a couple songs. So Sad Song, actually, off of the Bad Rep record, was written on piano. And that song in particular was really cool. That's what you hear on the recording is the same demo that we left with the night that we wrote it. Like we wrote the song in probably, I don't know, we were there 2 or 3 hours, finished it, and before I left I sang it down, and that unedited is what's on the record.
That's amazing.
Piano, vocal, and so I thought that was really cool, and because it's in the key of C, that's one of the songs I can play. I'll bring it out every once in a while. And there's actually, C is actually a very comfortable key for my voice typically, and so even if songs weren't originally written in that key, I can play them in that key.
You can move it to there,
you never know it.
Right. So what's next for Mike Ryan?
Well, from here back home, we're gonna see if we can get back out on the boat.
Nice.
But we got some really good shows coming up the rest of the summer.
You're pretty busy the rest of the summer.
Second leg of the Long Cut Tour is kicking off here this weekend, and we're going out with some friends too. We're playing a couple shows with Jordan Davis, with Co Wetzel, Riley Green. We've got just a lot of really cool stuff coming up later this year.
So you've been on the road with a lot of big artists too,
You bet.
Putting together some cool shows, man.
It's a lot of fun to get out and mix it up with those guys, man.
Yeah,
we have a good time, and just seeing different parts of the country and getting to maybe absorb a little bit of other people's fan base too while we're at it.
That's the thing. That's the key.
Is a great thing.
You can just win them over. It's pretty simple. You got this figured out, don't you already?
Yeah, man. Just give me a chance. Give them a chance to hear it, and then I'll take care of the rest.
I got to find one of them philosopher shirts, though. That's pretty cool, man. That is cool, too. That's awesome. Yeah, man, you got such a great team behind you, man. Wish you the best of luck. It's been fun to watch your ride continue to go up, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me in.
Mike Ryan, thank you, buddy.
You bet. And as always, thanks to the ranch for supporting as long as you have. Big love for you guys. Thank y'all so much.
Glad to do it, man.
This has been The Ranch Sit Down. To hear more, check out our free app. Just search for 95.9 The Ranch or find it wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. New episodes every week.